Hey there, welcome to Live with DJ Rossstar. Today is Tuesday, June 30th, 2026. On today's show, I'm going to talk to the band Equipment. If you have questions for Equipment, you can post them in the chat below. And check it out, this show is live every week, twice a week, but the days and times change. So make sure you follow me right here on Instagram so you know who's going to be on the show next. I will tell you that next Monday on the show, we're going to have Rocket Suit Rogue. And then next Tuesday on the show, we're going to have Big D and the Kids Table. And both are going to be at 7 p.m. Central Time. But you may not remember that all, so follow me on IG. And I do want to thank you if you've been watching this show for a year now that I've been doing it on Instagram Live. It's been a lot of fun. I have a lot more interviews to go with no end in sight. So I hope you come back week after week. And if you want to suggest a band to have on the show, or you're in a band and you want to suggest yourself, send me a DM. I listen to every submission I get. And if I think it's a good fit, I'll have you on the show. It's that simple. So, we're waiting for Equipment to enter the chat. And once they come here, we will go live. If you have questions, you can post them in the chat below. And we're going to be going for about 20 to 25 minutes. We'll see how it goes. But should be a fun time with Equipment. And I want to hear from you. So if you have a question, you can send it. Or if you just want to say what's up and let me know where you're watching from, I appreciate that too. I see we got Douglas Tahara in the house. We got Jason Knott in the house. So let me know where you're watching from. I always like to find out where people are tuning in from. We get people from all over the world watching this, and that's why I like doing it live, because anything can happen, and you can ask me anything. So, once again, waiting for Equipment to show up. Next week, Rocket Suit Rogue and Big D and the Kids Table. Working on getting Rufio on the show soon, and a couple other good bands. And you can go back on my IG, check out interviews I've done with Hit the Lights, Less Than Jake, Ballyhoo, Gina Fontanella, and a whole lot more. But now we're waiting for Equipment. Still not totally sure where they are. Hello, Jason. Hey, Jason. Good to see you. We are here, and we're live. Well, I'm live. I do this every week, twice a week, from my little, well, not little, but quite large patio here in Austin, Texas. I'm working on possibly getting a backdrop for this show so it doesn't look so plain. You're just looking at kind of like a door. But before that, if you watch the older episodes, you were just looking at a bunch of plants in the background. Not the best design here on the set, so we're working on it. If you have suggestions, you think there's something that could be cool I could put in the background, I would love to hear it. What's up, Brock309? Welcome. We're just waiting for Equipment to show up. Not too sure where he's at, but we were just talking like 5 minutes ago, so he should be here soon. And yeah, I've been doing interviews for over 20 years on different platforms. I've interviewed Green Day, Pierce the Veil, All Time Low, so you can check all that out on YouTube. Just look up Rossstar. Also a video of me playing guitar on stage with Green Day. And that's on YouTube as well. And Frost Piranha, love that name. Frost Piranha, welcome to the chat. Thank you guys for logging in. I'm just waiting for Equipment to show up. Not really sure where he's at, but we just spoke, so he knows it's now. Might have to have one of you message the band page, because if I log out, it's going to be annoying to do the intro again. But I might have to do that if he doesn't show up. So we are waiting for Equipment, and we're just hanging out here. It's a nice day in Austin, Texas. And yeah, we're just hanging out, and I'm going to keep doing this every week, twice a week. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. I like doing it live because anything can happen. You can ask anything you want. What else is going on? Tomorrow, I'm going to put up an old video that I did with, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's my video with Steel Train. Yes. And then Thursday, I'm going to put up an old video from the Littlest Man Band playing in my old apartment. And then this coming Friday, I should be interviewing Armor for Sleep at their show on Thursday night. And if I do, I'll be posting that on Friday. All right, Equipment. Hi.
Yo, how's it going?
Fashionably late.
Yeah, so sorry about that. One of my clocks, my computer in front of me right now says 5 p.m. So my phone is on a different wavelength.
I thought computers don't lie.
That's what I thought. They're both on the same Wi-Fi. Doesn't make any sense.
Wow. Well, hey, you're here now. That's all that matters. Welcome. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Nick. I sing and play guitar in the Toledo, Ohio band called Equipment.
Not to be confused with the other Equipments from other cities.
Of course.
How much trouble has this name gotten you into so far?
You could argue if I was a blame the world kind of guy, I could be like, the only reason we're not world famous is because we have a bad band name. But I think that it's both fun and also really weird. I think a lot of it's not quite hasn't I don't know. It's a weird band name, just straight up. So, but I was really stoked that it was not taken yet on like Bandcamp and stuff, like literally in 2015. So,
That is shocking. You'd think at least somebody somewhere would have come up with that name.
right, right.
But
So
they did not.
even on TikTok, we're just equipment. There's no underscore Ohio. It's just equipment, which is kind of fun.
That is fantastic. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining me. We're here to hang out today for like 20 minutes. Is shoot the breeze. Talk
For
about
sure.
what you're working on. First of all, what's behind you? It looks like Endless Summer. Did you paint that, or what am I looking at behind you?
This
Yeah.
That's our first record, called Ruthless Sun, and it came out in 2018. And we've released a lot of EPs, but that was our first LP. And yeah, that was designed by my friend in the band Foxy Dads. And they are a cool band that no longer releases music. But yeah, my first record, which we only have like 10 more copies of that, I think. And then we have our next record, Alt Account, came out in 2023. And this is our newest EP. The vinyl just dropped like a couple months ago.
So you're
So
basically you're in the merch store right now.
yeah, this is where, I mean, I would give you a little tour, but you basically see it. It's just a tiny box where there's a ton of boxes, ton of inventory where I just ship all of our merch out for the most part.
Now I don't know if your family, if they live with you or not. When they see that merch, is that like a good sign that you're doing well? Like this band is actually a serious band, and you're not just local anymore.
Funny enough, my family. So I live with my partner, but my mom and dad just visited, and I don't think they had ever seen all like it all in one place before, and I think that
Yeah.
probably set in. And my dad was like, "How many records do you have, like vinyl releases?" And I was like, I had to think, but it's 8 at this point, which is
Wow.
further
Okay.
than I ever thought we would get. It's also like really shocking. Like if you look at our online numbers, we don't seem, like we'd be able to sustain making that much vinyl, but it's just slow but steady
You found a way,
release.
and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So did you give him like all 8 vinyls to bring home?
Well, he missed out on like 2 of them. 2 of them are sold out at this point, so
Oh, your dad can't even get a hold of those.
he's gonna have to hit up Discogs or eBay or something.
All right, have you actually been on eBay and Discogs at this point? Well,
Uh,
Discogs probably that's an obvious one.
yeah, there's a few people reselling on Discogs. Some people try to, what's the word? Scalp them or just like,
I got
overcharge.
resale, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the most expensive thing you've seen on equipment or for equipment on Discogs or eBay?
I think there is, well, one of our most popular records was out of print for like 2 seconds, and during that time, people were trying to sell it for like 80 or $100, and I'm like, we're
Wow.
gonna repress it. Just give us a minute.
Yeah. And did you repress it?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Well,
we
I
have
wonder if
most of
that.
our.
I want someone paid the $80. I bet.
Uh, they're a sucker. I'm just kidding. Sometimes you get. I mean, I've definitely paid a premium for something I wanted like right now, so I
Oh
get
no,
it.
I have a ton of rare Green Day stuff that cost me a lot of money, so I'm not
Yeah,
hating on Discogs. It's a great place to go, and it's actually I try not to promote it too much because I feel like not everybody knows about it. So sometimes I get things on there, and I'm shocked that it's still listed because people just know eBay and that's it.
yeah, yeah. It's that's very common. Like people will be like, "Oh, I have to pay this one listing on eBay. It's marked up 300% because they don't know about Discogs."
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah,
it's our secret, and all the thousands of people watching now. We just blew
oh
it.
for sure.
By the way, we are live, so if you have questions, Logan and Rev K and Jason, all the people popping in and out, just go ahead and say what's up. What are you working on today? It's Tuesday. It's 4 o'clock Central Time. So for me and for you in Ohio, what do you do on a regular Tuesday when you're not rocking out?
Yeah. So I am getting some. I shipped out some orders today. I had to run around town, getting some mail supplies, and I also just moved into this place pretty recently. I moved to Cleveland like a month ago, and I've just been playing a lot of shows and not really have time to like unpack my personal stuff. So we just got a TV 1 month into
There you go.
moving in. So that goes to show we don't really watch that much TV.
I
But
was gonna say, what do you do all day, or when it's at nighttime? I feel like you're like one of those old movies when they have the candle and they're sitting by the bed reading a book.
yeah, I don't know. We kind of just chill, chat. Um, I really like video games, so that was actually the main component why we got a TV, where so we can actually. I mean, I have a computer, but other than that, I am getting ready to go back to record in New York. We're finishing our new record, um, in New York City next week. So,
That's a
but
huge accomplishment also that you can afford to do that and have a place to stay. That's great.
yeah, thankfully we are able to stay in our friend Billy's studio. Also, he's producing that record. So the only thing is I have to go shower at Planet Fitness, and it's not a problem except it's like 3 bus rides. So,
At least you have access to pizza like wherever you go.
oh, it's so good. It's fantastic. I love a good vodka slice too. That's like my
Oh,
favorite.
oh yeah, what's up? We got Ben Witkins in the room. We got Boxcar Racer, a great page in the room. We got Chris Magnente in the room. Welcome, Chris. How long are you gonna be in New York for? Do you have like a timeline you have to finish this record by?
So it was supposed to be done by now, but there just has been like a lot of like random things in the way. And most recently, I went to finish it, and then of course my voice, like I got sick like a month ago, and my voice just wasn't recovering. Like it was like a whole month of just like passive coughing. So I had to like go home and recover a little bit more, and now I'm ready to finish the vocals. So I'm hoping that it just takes a few days, but I have like kind of a blank, uh, schedule just in case it takes a little bit longer.
And
Hey, Pearson.
speaking of Ohio, we got Dear Cincinnati in the house.
What up?
Your uh, your arch rival, the other
Oh
two,
yeah.
the other two.
There's no shot they're based in Ohio. Aren't they? Y'all are like East Coast, right?
So did you move to Cleveland
How?
for music or for life, or why did you pick Cleveland instead of staying in
Uh,
Toledo?
I'm from Toledo. I lived in Denver for 3 years recently,
Okay.
and that was awesome. Big fan of the climate there. Big fan of you know everything's pretty relatively chill. But it's very expensive, and my band was still in Toledo, so I'd have to make the commutes. Anytime we toured or recorded, I'd have to go home. Um, and yeah, so obviously was not super sustainable. Denver was always going to be temporary, but I didn't know if I'd land in Chicago or Cleveland. My girlfriend has to work in specific cities, so that's
Okay.
why. Yeah, I don't know if we've moved.
I've been to Cleveland like 3 times. Not a bad place to be.
It's cool, and it's shocking me every day. Like every single day, I go to a different part of town, and I'm like, oh, this they have this here. Like they have a really cool river where people rent kayaks, and oh, they have like 20 venues. Like it's a pretty bustling place, I would say. Really good food too.
I was there in August for work, and I didn't have much time, but I went to MGK's coffee shop. I don't know if you knew he had one over there also.
Oh yeah, I didn't actually know he was from here until recently.
Oh yeah, that's probably the biggest celebrity at this point, or most
I would
modern,
say
I
he's
would
up
say. Yeah.
there.
Who else is from Cleveland? I can't even think of it.
Kid Cudi, I
Okay,
think.
that's a big one.
Um, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
No way.
Let me see. Double checking. Yes,
I mean, I get yeah. There was no way you'd make that up anyway.
that would have been embarrassing to be wrong about, but yeah, I just found that out too. So
We had Cleveland Heights is so great, says AMSA Rocks. Yes, I've been to Cleveland Heights.
yeah,
It's not a band, that's an actual place.
right,
Not to be confused with Kerosene Heights and all the other heights.
right.
So to get to New York, you have to drive there. You're just going right there. Or you're gonna take a little plane.
Some affordable flights. We've driven. We've kind of done it all. We almost took a train recently, but that didn't work out just because of schedule reasons. But
Okay.
yeah, and it's just such a good time hanging out with Billy. Like we're just like such on the same wavelength in terms of like making music together. Like he's done a lot of great records. He's done Kerosene Heights, Oso Oso, Max Seal. Just like his resume is just like really endless in terms of like stuff he's worked on. That new band Computer, he did their most recent track. The studio in New York it's in Queens actually, Whitestone, Queens, which is kind of an interesting place for it, but it's like part of a large like sort of practice space rental building. So
Did you
yeah.
just say there's a band called Computer?
Yes. Yeah, you never heard
Okay,
of them?
so yeah, Equipment and Computer need to do a tour together.
I
Obviously.
know, right? We just did a show. Well,
Fantastic.
we weren't on. It wasn't like it was a festival, but we technically just played together. But yeah, they're from New York City, and they blew up pretty heavy last year. But yeah, just Computer.
It's funny because you think people are running out of band names and they would make something absurd, but you're just keeping it simple.
Yeah, yeah. We have the nickname too, Quippy. Whenever we feel like being more cash with
Yeah.
it.
How many songs are you trying to lay down this time for the record, or is that like a big surprise?
I think we're going a little bit longer than our last record was 9 songs, and I think we're shooting for 12. I don't think we're going to cut anything. I think it's just going to be
Nine's
12,
nine's too short. I
12
don't like
songs.
this. I don't like this funny business. All these bands doing like 9, 10 songs. Now. You got to keep it high. 12 is should be the minimum.
Yeah, well, what we found is it gave us more time to like build the world of the record.
Yeah,
Um, like just you can go a little bit weirder if you establish what like the median sound of the album is. So that
yeah.
way you can like establish that high energy, low energy. It doesn't feel like wasted time because there's enough songs, you know.
I get it. Hey, I mean, like I said, I'm a huge Green Day fan, and in 2000 they put out Warning, and that only had 12 songs, and that
Mhm.
blew my mind because back then no band put out only 12 songs.
Yeah,
At least not in the pop punk world, you know.
right. No, I really like when like Weezer's first record is like 10 songs, and for me that was always like the blueprint. It was like, okay, they said everything they needed to, but one of those songs was like 8 minutes. So,
Yeah,
um, but yeah, I would say I'm more. I used to be more like keep it short and sweet, but now I kind of like, I like the sort of expanding upon concepts a little bit more.
here's a deep question. Chris says, "World of the record, another arg happening." What is this referencing?
So our last record, we had a whole game, I guess. Secret merch that led to secret websites that there were clues and stuff like that. And eventually whenever like the scavenger hunt like actually like started, it was a race to figure out the end of a puzzle, and it led to a secret song and a vinyl pre-order for like an exclusive variant of the record before it was announced.
That's really
um,
cool. That's like Cloverfield, the movie level. They used to do that. Proposals. Wow.
yeah, no, it was a lot of fun to put together, and we're planning something. It won't be a carbon copy of that by any means, but I do. I don't like to like we'll release singles and EPs and stuff like that, but whenever we do full length LPs, I always like to do it up. So we will see what happens with this one. I don't
And
know.
Am still wants to know: is this a concept album?
Yeah. Nothing that you wouldn't be able to like listen to a single song out of the array,
Yeah.
but there's a very clear theme and concept that runs through the whole record.
You mentioned Weezer in the 8 minute song. What's the? Is there like a super long equipment song that you've had? That you've done so far?
Yeah, so on the new record, there isn't a really lengthy song. I would say like 4 or 5 minutes, but we
That's not bad.
just dropped this past fall, we did our long song, the one we always wanted to, we always wanted to do a song that was like kind of long, I guess. So, yeah, that song is called Facial Protection. It's off of this
Yeah,
EP.
I listened to that today. Yeah.
Yes,
Did you have
7
to cut
minutes.
it shorter, or did you have to keep trying to make it longer?
Facial protection,
Yeah,
it actually flowed pretty naturally. We didn't have to make that many adjustments to it. It just happened how it happened, and we were kind of writing it in the studio. Like we knew what we wanted it to sound like and convey, and then where we landed was just how long we decided it was going to be. So we didn't really think about it too hard.
what else is coming up on this new record? Anything that's like a minute long, or you don't do things that fast?
Um, there's no minute long tracks. There are a couple, you know, blink and you'll miss it kind of songs, like maybe like two. But I think that it's mostly just good pop structure, like not like, predictable, but more just like keep it rolling, like don't overstay any welcome on anything. But all very, uh, I would say dense songs.
Who is your label at this point? Are you even on a label? I mean, you have so many releases. I feel like you've probably gone through a bunch at this point.
um, so currently like we just released that EP last fall, and then 2 singles on the label Brain Synthesizer, which is
Okay.
run by our producer Billy. It
Oh,
is a
perfect. Yeah.
it's a small piece of Counterintuitive Records,
Okay.
who yeah most affiliated with like Origami Angel, Mom Jeans, Prince Daddy, um, but right now I mean we're unspoken for this new LP. We're gonna see if anyone wants it, but most of our music is self-released right now,
That's
and
great. Wow.
so that has been, helpful for us as a small band to be sustainable. We're not cutting it different ways of the pie. It's just like most of our songs belong to us. Um, so we'll see. We're kind of weighing our options for the next album.
What would be like the ultimate? Is there like one label you grew up worshiping that you'd want to be on?
It's so tough because I mean, I'm really there's a lot of labels I'm stoked on, but like maybe don't quite make the most sense in terms of like what they would actually be able to do for us and vice versa.
Yeah.
Um, but in theory, I think working with oh, I know the answer to this. Maybe I don't.
Like a metal label or just a rock label? What are you thinking of? Or a everything label? Like a Warner Records, as they
Oh,
call it?
I would say I really like the artists on Polyvinyl and Matador quite a
Okay,
bit.
those are good ones.
Yeah. That I mean, I don't. Those are kind of like blind shots, as in like I don't know. Like I would definitely be open to other deals. It really just depends on the people behind the offer. So if someone's really stoked on something, then that's usually the safest way to go. Like you don't want to work with someone who's like distracted and bored of your music before
Of
you even.
course.
Yeah.
So are you playing this summer besides August? I think that's the only thing I saw in there, August and September.
Yeah. So no, we're playing. Let me pull up my dates here. We're playing August 15th in Kalamazoo. And then after that, we have a few dates in September, including a couple that aren't announced yet. We're playing Fest in October, and then we may or may not be touring a lot this fall, and it's just not announced yet with a
Oh,
band
okay.
that I really like.
So you won't even need the TV. Well, you'll leave the TV for your girlfriend. You'll be on the road busy not
Right.
watching TV.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, we're on the road like 3 or 4 months out of the year.
Are you gaming on your phone when you're out, or you can't do that?
I don't play video games on tour, just because I am so in the zone and also just like my brain's fried.
Yeah.
If I'm just sitting in the van, I always bring something, but I never usually touch it because it just feels so good to just like sit and not have to do anything sometimes.
So if you're driving like 6 hours to the next show, you'll just stare out the window like that, like while being awake and not doing anything.
A lot of times I'll have to either run some social media stuff or respond to emails or drive or catch up on sleep. So, um, the drives are really long, but rarely do I feel them. Usually I'm just like, you know, hungry or happy to have just eaten. That's usually
Yeah.
what's on my brain.
What are we usually listening to in the van if we're trapped in there with you?
Whoa, that's a good question. Sometimes we have our like rotation of albums that we really like that and we'll always check out new music by people that we listen to or artists that send us their stuff to jam in the van. But we also have like a really funny like probably 20 songs that depending on the moment of the day or the night or the tour are just like they hit different because they're just like very funny to us.
That's awesome.
So I would say keeping us entertained by either listening to intentionally funny music or unintentionally funny music or just straight up bad music that is just as beneficial to the vibes as like a good record. Because sometimes a good record, it's like, okay, 12-hour drive, good record after good record, they all just kind of blend together. So sometimes you got to throw something in that's just like, what the hell are we listening to
Yeah,
right
I want to
now?
know what I want to see the playlist. So does Amsta. Can you send me this? I want to know what's funny and
Um,
unintentionally funny and bad.
it's all in our brain, but that's a good idea. We should publish this in
Please do.
some capacity because I think some people would be I don't know, some people might be like, you're wrong for that one.
Can you give
So
me can you give me an example of like one or two of them that you just like to listen to?
we listen to a lot of 80s ballads for some reason, like
Okay.
Richard Marx and Michael Bolton. We think they're
Okay.
very funny.
Yeah.
Just like tall white permed men just like belting whatever the hell their songwriter wrote for them.
Yeah.
um
Are those the
but
funny ones or the unintentionally funny ones?
probably unintentionally funny. But they're also, some of them are very beautiful pieces.
Yeah.
Right Here Waiting by Richard Marx in specific we think
Oh,
is
that's an old school one. Yeah, I remember that in the 80s.
the Pokemon theme. Amsa Rocks asks, no, it's not, but let me think of something similar.
I want to know what a funny one would be then. Like, what's just straight up funny?
The theme song for King of Queens, that's
Okay.
in there. Theme
Yeah.
song of The Cleveland Show.
Yep.
Theme song for Family Guy will play 3 times in a row sometimes.
Okay.
Um,
Gotta be three times.
Girls by the Dare, have you heard that one?
Nope. I'm gonna look it up
It
immediately,
is
my
a
friend.
ridiculous song that it has stuck in our rotation. Like we play it like twice a tour, I would say. We play a lot of well, I don't want to. I couldn't name all. I'd have to really think
You
about
almost did. You
it.
got like 7 out of the 20, so pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
2 more minutes, guys, and then I'll let you go since you were 2 minutes behind. But I do want to thank everybody for tuning in so far. We just hit 5,000 followers today on IG, which is pretty cool. And I'll be back next week with Big D and the Kids Table, so that'll be cool.
Nice.
And
Okay.
Rocket Suit Rogue, and then working on Rufio, trying to go back to get some old school bands on here. I'm doing a lot of new bands lately, so trying to mix it up. Any plans for the 10-year birthday of the band? That's a good question.
Yeah, so that was actually last year. We
How
put
many
out our
plans for the
first.
11th year?
Yeah, we so I put out a solo EP that was full band arrangements, but it was on my like home recording. I put it out 2015. It was the day I graduated high school, and um, that was off of streaming for a long time because the band sort of had like a rebirth. We put out our official first EP in 2016, but we reissued that demo on like 50 lathe cut vinyl records last year, and we put it back on streaming. We remastered it. Um, so that was pretty much it. And then I guess for our 10-year anniversary of the debut EP this November, we actually don't have any plans. It's like it's cool that it's happening. I'm stoked, but it's already out on physical, like ready for purchase right now, both vinyl and tapes, and it's part of a CD compilation. So all we could, and we're already planning a big headline show that isn't announced yet, but I guess I just kind of announced it that we're gonna play like everything, like not everything, but like an hour and a half or something like that. Um, so I don't know. I don't really know what there is. I like to. I think right now we got to look forward because we're a band that's getting older, and we don't want people to think that we're like resting on our laurels or just like in like reflection mode. Like no, we're still
Oh, yeah.
very much. We feel like we're a new band every single year. So yeah, I think we're gonna play most, if not all, of our last LP this fall at a big headliner, and a lot of the deep cuts. So other than that, I don't think we're gonna do like a 10-year show for our debut EP though. It's only like 5 songs.
And Royal is missing, said I need to see all of it. I need to see all of
Oh
Alta Count live.
yeah. I'm planning a trip to Ohio this November.
Oh, you hear it first. You heard it first. Come, got to make your way to Ohio. Venue to be announced. Could be Cleveland. Could not be Cleveland. We don't know.
Could be anywhere.
That's true. Hey, thanks so much for doing this. I had a really good time talking to you. I think we had a good flow.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool.
And if you make it down here to Austin, Texas, let's hang out.
We will this fall. So
All
let you
right.
know.
I'll see you soon. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Yep. See ya.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for the questions.